Hi, everybody. We're on week 6, and this is the last week of this class, which will bring me to some of the things that need to be done. I need to have my grades in by Tuesday, no later than Tuesday. Remember, it's a 30% reduction if your paper's late, so don't be late. If you are going to be late and you have a reason that's legitimate, please contact me. I know that many of you have had some issues happen during this time, and you've called me, and we've worked it out. One thing I have to say is that you've all been very good about getting in contact with me and let me know what's going on, and how we can work together. Because the most important thing to me is that you all, I don't want to use the word enjoy, but I want you all to have learned from this class, because every time I teach this class, every single time I teach it, I learn something new. There's something I always take away from this class that you've taught me, and I hope that you have learned something from me. And one is I hope that it opened up your mind to look at other avenues, the good, the bad, and the ugly, as I would like to refer to them. Whenever I worked as a police officer, I always tried to look at the good, the bad, and the ugly. And everybody would laugh at me saying, the good, the bad, and the ugly. I said, because there's always good where there is bad. You just have to look harder to find it. There is always good. Always good. You just need to try to find it. And the ugly, there's a lot of ugly out there. And we have to look at it, face it, address it, and move forward. And this class certainly brought out the good, the bad, and the ugly. And you guys did great with that. So on this week, I'm hoping that you found something that to write about that you really, really enjoyed writing about during the first 5 weeks. Some of your papers, some of you wrote in your papers, I didn't have enough time to write any of this stuff, and I needed more time to delve into this or delve into that. And I thought, good for you, good for you. So if that's what you wanted to do, you certainly could do that this week. I want you to remember this paper is a big paper. It's 200 points, and let's see if I can get to that. Um, the first is going to be the death penalty. I put an awful lot of information out to you on the death penalty, and I'm hoping that you're able to use all those and the pros and the cons. There are pros and cons to everything in life. I sit there and I think of when I got married, something million years ago. I sat down, and it was the first time I ever did this. I wrote the pros and the cons of being married, because I didn't want to do anything that I would regret. And I thought this was one of the major decisions, the life defining moments. You know what a life defining moment is? It's a moment in your life that defines your future or defines who you are. And I always thought it's my job to define who I am. So I always felt it was my job as a police officer to let people define that moment the best they could and not let the moment define them. So on this, pros and cons of the death penalty, there are good and there are bad. And there's many cases that you can discuss. As you can see, that it is very controversial. Um, Even with myself, it's controversial in my head. I'm like, yes, no. And then I get a really, really bad case where I'm saying, oh, yeah. And then I get cases where, when you look at the innocent images and you're saying, huh, what about all those people that are not guilty and are found guilty for reasons that they have no control over? And there are those cases. There are people in jail that should not be in jail. Many people in jail that should not be in jail. And we need to think about that as well. The next part of this, I'm going to go to that week 6, the assignment paper. I want to make sure that we go over really heavy here. Because see this? 6 to 8 pages. It does not include your title page. It does not include your references or appendixes or diagrams you feel you need to add to the presentation. It's 6 to 8 pages of gut. So that's why I say it really needs to be something that you like, something that intrigues you, something that makes you want to look for more. And I encourage you to use any outside sources you possibly can. Remember, any DOJ, any government are always considered, any of your academic papers. And if you have a problem finding any sources, give me a text. Send me an email. I'll help you find them. I enjoy doing that. I love helping people look for areas to research. And I want you to remember it's APA format. All right. Double space and use New Roman 12 font. All right. 1 inch margins on the side. If you have any questions, make sure that you contact me and let me know. Um, I'm hoping this finds you all well during this time, and I'm hoping that you're all, enjoying this. And I'm really glad to see that I'm going to see some of you in my next class, Women in Criminal Justice. That's another one I love. Actually, there aren't too many classes that I don't like teaching at Bay Path College because I think that sometimes that they form-fitted them for me. They're things that intrigue me, things that keep me young, things that keep my mind going. Give me a call if you need anything, 413-883-3537. Thank you all for being great students. I have so enjoyed you. You can't imagine. During this time, you were a highlight. Thank you. Bye-bye.